Hi, good morning students. Hope you all are fine at home. Stay at home, enjoy your work, take care of your elder ones, take care of younger ones, and also most important, take care of yourself. Today we are discussing about word problems of square root. Yesterday we have done square root, how to find square root by division method. Division method, why we use? We use division method for finding the square root of large digit numbers, and for small digit numbers we have simple method, prime factorization method, where we can easily find the prime factors of the number. Here are some word problems related with square root as there, that is connected with our, some are connected with our day-to-day life also. If some situation occurred in your daily life, then how you solve this type of problem there. So here are some questions. I have selected some question for that, and some was given for the homework assignments for better understand of word problems of square root. So here first one, find the least number that must be subtracted from 16,142 to obtain a perfect square. That means what number you have to be subtracting. That means that is not a perfect square. 16,142 is not a perfect square. To if we, what number we have to subtract it from that number to make it a perfect square. And when you find the perfect square, you have to find the square root of that perfect square. So I have done it little bit short method. Here we have to find least number subtracted from that. For that means you have to go directly with the division method. 1, 61, 42. Starting from the end, make the pair of two numbers, and when you reach at the last in the front number, if one number is left, to mark it this one. So I mark it this one with the circle to make you better clear. Now here same rules for division method is there. If 1 is there, 1 ones are 1. It means this step you have to multiply 1, and this step for the next divisor you have to add 1. 1 minus 1, that gives you 0. 61 you have to carry down. Then this number was left blank when you add 1 plus 1. So you have to think about which number should be here when we multiply that number with this number. That number should be repeated. So my number should be less than 61. So if I go with 3, then 23 3s are, I think, 69. That becomes bigger than 61. So I chooses here 2. So when you multiply by 22 into 2, that gives you 44. Or when you add 2, that gives you 24. And leave the space for the next digit. So here when you subtract, you get 17. 40 to carry down. Now here our next number is, when I check with the hit and trial method, when you multiply 247 into 7, that gives you number less than 1742. But when you multiply 248, this last number it should be same, 248 into 8. So when you multiply this, so that gives you a bigger number. So better we go with 247 into 7. So that gives me 1729, number less than 1742. After subtraction give me 13. It means 13 is remainder left. 13 remainder left means that number should be subtracted from this original number to get the perfect square. Okay, now when I subtracted 13 from that, I get 16,129. Actually 16,129. When you multiply this quotient 127 into 127, you get this number. Okay, so here I left for you, you have to solve this now. 16,129 by division method for square root. You have to find the square root of 16,129 by division method yourself. So in the short I write here, it makes the pair of 127 into 127, and square root of 16,129 is equal to 127. So how will you do the division? You go with the same division again. Up to this it will be same. 247 is same, so here you easily get 1742. This is same repeated, all the steps are repeated, only difference will be there. Only in place of 1729 you will get 1742. In this 1749 you will get 1742, and there should be no remainder left. Same division you have to repeat it again. Next, my next question is positive integers x, y, z. I have some positive integer x, y, z are in the ratio 2:3:5. I have some this positive integers x, y, z. It means x, y, z ratio is 2:3:5. If x square plus y square plus z square plus 8 is equal to 616, find the value of x, y, z. You have to find the value. What is the value of x, y, z in this question? So if I have given x ratio, y ratio, z is equal to 2:3:5, then let x is equal to 2a, y is equal to 3a, z is equal to 5a. We consider this one. Then I place the value 8 by transposing matrix, shifting on another side, that give me 608. Now here on the left side only left x square plus y square plus z square. In place of x you have to apply the value 2a here, y value 3a here, and z value 5a here, and making the square of each. 2 square is 4, and a square, because this is variable, we write as it is 4a square. Similarly 3a whole square is 9a square. Because we already done in exponent here, if our two terms is there and common power is there, that means that power goes separately in the two terms. 3 square a square, 5a whole square, 25a square, 608. Now when you add, that gives you 38. A square is equal to 608. A square is equal to 608 divided by 38 gives you 16. When you make the factors of 16, that gives you 4. So similarly, whatever a value you get it, you apply back it here, here and here. Like x is equal to 2 is equal to 8, y is equal to 3a, 3 into 4 is equal to 12, z is equal to 5 is equal to 5 into 4 is equal to 20. Now my next word problem is, now I have one more difficult type of question is there. The side of the length of the square is 11 centimeter. This is a square. In this square, you very well know that square has all sides are equal length, but diagonal equal to each other but not equal to this side. Okay, now here you have to find the length of the diagonal here. So what is the length of diagonal here? That correct to 3 decimal places. It means by, if you just look at the question here, it shows that whenever we get the answer, so that is not a perfect number. So maybe that is a repeated number or non-terminating number, decimal numbers. We already done this one. So here if I have this one, two sides, so I make a diagonal, make a right angle triangle here. So right angle triangle, base, this is base and this is perpendicular, because this is 90 degree and this is your angle. So according to that, this is base, this is perpendicular, and this is hypotenuse. So in right angle triangle ABC, BC is equal to 11 centimeter, EC is equal to also 11 centimeter. Now according to Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square, perpendicular square plus base square. Hypotenuse is AB, AB square, AC square plus BC. Both has 11 square and 11 square gives you 121 plus 121 gives you 2 into 121. Now 121 factor is 11 into 11 and only 2 is left. So if I mark this pair, so square root will be cancelled only from above the 11, because there is a pair of 11 is present but pair of 2 is not present. So 11 will be out from the, will be free from the square root sign, because 11 has pair is available, but root 2 has no pair is available. Now in this you have to find 2 by square root division method. Now here when we go with the 2 square root division method, you make a line like that and decimal after that, and you borrow, you after decimal you carry zeros. two pairs of zeros. The pairs of 0, not single 0. So here first is going 1 into 1, 2, subtract gives you 1, carry on 0 downward. So 1 plus 1, 2. Next number we think about when we multiply 24 into 4. When you are going to choose the number here, like here and here and here, so that whole number should be multiplied this first one number. So you have to make the condition like that. Like here 24 multiplied 4 give you 96, and you have to write 4 here. Whatever is circle here, you have to put it the above and the quotient. So here next 24 plus 4, 28. Then we think about number here. When we multiply that number with last digit of that number, so your number should be less than 400. If we think about 2, 282 into 2, so that number gives me greater than 400. Now you have to multiply with 1. 281 multiplied with 1 gives you 281, and you add 1 gives you 282 for the next divisor. Similarly, next number is we take as 4. 4 you have to return C. Then this whole number here multiply by 4, and for the next add by 4. This gives you remainder 604. So that means that goes on endless. So we stop at that point and we write approximate with that. Now root 2 value is 1.414. When you multiply, give me 15.554 approximately, and the length of diagonal becomes 15.554 centimeter. My one more question. Find the least number which must be added to 52,270. Now you have to find the least number when you add in this number, so that becomes a perfect square. That means that is not a perfect square. Okay, and also find the square root of the number. So what we do in that case when you are going to add, in last question, first one question, we have to go with subtraction method. Now we have to go with the addition method. So here you go with the square root division like that. So here same thing we have to do. Like here this 2 is added in that, and here last digit 2 is added in that. Similarly in this step 2 is multiply 2 into 2, 42 into 2. Then what you added for the next, like here this is 8 is there. So when you are going to the next number, here this is 44, it means 8 is here. So here you have to multiply with 8 here, like 448 multiply by 8. And for the next step you have to do 448 plus 8 for the next divisor here. So we no need of next divisor, we stop at that point and we multiply this, but we get the remainder here 286. That means when you find the square root of 52,270, still you have remainder is left. So that means you need some number here, so that becomes to make this perfect square. So if I go with 448, so that number gives me 3870 minus 3584. It means 448 multiply 8 gives you 3584. That is less than 3870. But if we try again with this same square root, but in case of 8 we take it a bigger number. Like here same division is there. If I instead of 8, if I take 9 here, so that gives me 4041. Now we have to take number greater than this, because we have to check what number should be added here to make it a perfect square. So when we subtract, I got the result minus 171. So after checking that, if we add 552,270 171, we get the perfect square of 229 whole square. Okay, so when you go with 229 whole square with division method, easily you get remainder as 0 when you add in this. So it means 52,270 is minus 171 less than 229 whole square. So here condition is that when you subtract here, whatever remainder is there, we go with this subtraction from that. Similarly in the first question, minus minus, when you multiply negative with negative, that gives you positive. So that gives me the answer 52,441. Now if we go with the square root, that you have to do by yourself, division method. Same will be there. Instead of 4041, when you multiply with this like 449, and when you instead of take this number 52441, you get easily same number here 4041. That gives you remainder 0. So that's for today. Have a nice day. Thank you.